John, just can you bring us up to date with one or two things, any injuries, latest situation of Jake Taylor, that sort of thing?
Injury-wise, we're getting everybody back now, fully fit. Manny and Crooksy are back with us. We have their first training session today, and then Crooksy will have a scan just to make sure everything's okay. Manny will have a scan on Monday just to check him out, make sure that he's okay to start sprinting. So injury-wise, everybody's fit. Obviously, they'll take a bit of time to get back because they need obviously start playing games in training first of all. And then the Jake Taylor situation, we've agreed in principle with Forest to keep him till the end of the season, but obviously he's out injured till probably the beginning of Feb.
That's a real positive step moving forward, isn't it, to have got him till the end of the season? I mean, the outcome I think you wanted was a permanent one, but this is the next best thing. Yeah,
because obviously with him doing well, then Forest have seen that, and now they think there's a real value to him. So, but I suppose it's the best thing that we could have got, other than they've got him permanent, is to keep him until the end of the season.
To keep hold of him, I guess, not only gives a bit of a boost to the squad and to the team, but also the fans will get a positive reaction from that.
Yeah, because we didn't what we didn't want to do is lose him completely, because he has done well to us. It doesn't look great if we'd have lost him, but sometimes there's nothing you can do if a club comes in and offers ridiculous money. Then there's not a lot you can do, but it shows how well he has done. The fact that Forest want to keep him, and think there's there is something in him. So it's worked well for obviously Jake, Forest, and ourselves really, because there's not many midfield players who've got 6 goals in the amount of games that he's played.
In terms of someone to work with, he's still very young. What have you seen from him as a young player and someone that you've managed? You've managed a lot of players, but what is it about him that you particularly enjoy working with?
I think Jake, again, he's got a good attitude. He's determined, wants to do well, and he's got the ability to go with it. He's a good finisher. There's still bits of his game that obviously he needs to improve. He needs to compete a little bit more at times, but for his age, he's doing well, and he's shown that he can play at this level, and hopefully he'll be able to play higher. And
the fact that Nottingham Forest have put so much value in Port Vale to allow him to stay here on loan can only be for you optimistic for the future, that if you do want to maybe review that again as a permanent deal in the future, that may be something that those relationships between the two clubs is quite strong.
Yeah, and not just Forest. We need that with other clubs, and they'll see that players come in and done well and been treated how they should be treated. So no, it helps us with future loans from other clubs as well, because word does get around, and it's a good club to be at, especially as a young lad who's looking to progress. So no, Jake Taylor's been a good thing for us. You
touched upon his attitude there, of what you've seen. I think the fans have seen that as well with his work rate on the pitch. Is that the sort of character and they're the sort of attributes that you are looking to bring in? Any player that you bring into the club in the future has got to sort of hit certain marks and targets for you?
Yeah, we had him for a week before we signed him, just to make sure what kind of character he was, and once he came in, we knew he was the right sort. But it's not just the loan, it's everybody who plays for us. We're looking first of all at their attitude, and players who want to do well, whatever their age they are, whether they're looking to further their careers or whether they want to win something, and that's what you want as a manager. You want those type of players.
And can young players like him, and not just Jake Taylor specifically here, but Scott Burgess as well, we've seen his attitude and his work rate, but do young players like that, do they influence the rest of the team, not just on a Saturday afternoon or a Tuesday night, but in training as well, their energy? Does it give everyone else a bit of lift and you see a little bit more from other players?
Yeah, the enthusiasm and the energy, and you need that. You need younger players to do that. But also you've got the likes of Luke Joyce, and Luke Joyce, day in, day out, him and David Worrell, the energy and the enthusiasm that they show also shows the younger ones as well. So we've got a good mix, and I'm not saying that we're where we want to be at the moment. There's plenty of room for improvement, but at least now at the football club we've got good characters who want to do well for the club.
You mentioned about Manny and Adam Crooks coming back to training. Is this a good time as well, when the squad halfway through a season, a lot of games have passed now through the Christmas period, just an opportunity for them to get a bit of match fitness, and also it refreshes the squad a little bit, doesn't it?
That's right, it's like 2 new signings. They're going to take time to get back into it, but we just got to be careful, obviously, especially with what happened with Manny previous, and we just need to make sure they're 100% before we do actually play them, and then hopefully they'll get through till the end of the season, and they're chomping at the bit. They're desperate to get back playing, as you are when you've missed so much. So no, it'll be great to have them back in amongst it.
Jordan Archer's gone out on loan to Stockport. Important for him to get a bit of game time because he's not had as much perhaps as he would have liked.
That's right, and going to a good club and a decent standard, then hopefully he can go there, do well. He's there for a month. If he does well, then we can look at bringing him back in. But I think it's important now he gets some games under his belt because he hasn't had the opportunities with us. And then if he does that, then he'll be pushing the rest.
Do you envisage maybe 1 or 2 more going out on loan? Is that the plan anyway?
Yeah, because there's players who've not played much football, so they need to go out, and then hopefully they can do themselves justice. Whether they stay here or whether they move on, then it's up to how they do.
And in terms of more coming in, with Jake signing till the end of the season on loan, are you still looking to be active in the next couple of weeks of bringing more in if you can? When I say more, it sounds like you're going to bring loads in, but you know, 1 or 2.
Yeah, we're looking to bring 2 or 3 in if we can, just to liven things up, because you get to that stage of the season where players who've not been playing sort of get a little bit disheartened, so they need to go out to get some game time, and you need to bring new ones in, obviously, to freshen it up and push the ones who've been playing. It's
a hard window, this one, though, isn't it? Because it's whichever way you go, you've got to really do your due diligence on a player, because of those that are on the fringes of playing now are desperate to play, and they might not be involved in a team that are either looking at a promotion or relegation. So it's a sort of a strange one to try and get the player that you're after.
It is, and if you want someone who's doing really well, then obviously you've got to pay above the odds, and whether their team are doing well, they want to keep them. If they're not doing so well, they still want to keep them. So it is a difficult one. It's just getting the right ones who maybe probably talking about loans more than permanents at this time of the season. Otherwise, you are going to have to spend a lot of money. But hopefully we can get the right ones in and add that little bit more quality.
Would you like to have done permanent deals if you can, or is loan something that you would prefer at this stage?
I prefer if we can get good players at permanent. I think it's better for the football club. But I think if you can get the right characters, such as Jake, then they can add that little bit more quality.
Leighton Orient then up next for you at the weekend. Do you feel there's still a little bit of a sour taste in the mouth from what happened at Brisbane Road, because you looked in control of that game and managed to draw it 3-3? Is there feel like the players will have learnt a little bit from that for the home game?
We're hoping so, because obviously when we played Stevenage, we towards the end of the game we controlled that better than what we'd done previously. So hopefully if we can get in front, we've learnt from previous and can control the game better and see it out, and rather than sitting back on, say, one goal advantage, we push on for the next, and that's always been the message, really, is but being sensible about it as well.
As you sit here today, looking at the fixtures that are to come as well, I think a lot of supporters will flick through the programme and look at the results and go, oh, drew one, last one, that one. How do you look at it from the season that we've had so far? Do you go, do you know what, I'm actually seeing the team evolve here. I am seeing the players learning from their mistakes. What as you sit here now, what are you thinking about the process and the progress the team's made?
I think the results show that it doesn't matter who you play. It's about how we play on the day. It doesn't matter whether you play top, middle or bottom. It's about us. And every game that we play, we just got to make sure we're at it, because when we are, we invariably win. No, it's been frustrating at times when we're nearly there, but we don't quite get over the line. So what we're looking for now is obviously similar sort of performances to what we've had, but finish off games better. And if we do that, then we'll be in amongst it. I know it was disappointing to lose at Morecambe, but the Stevenage game, we got the 3 points away from home. So, and with our home form as it is, if we can keep our own form going, and we have improved away from home, then we won't be too far away.
There was very little expectation on the team at the start of the season. With what you've experienced over the sort of first 4 or 5 months of the season now, fans now are perhaps getting a little bit more hopeful with what they've seen and where you are in the table. So I'm going to use a P word here of pressure, and I don't mean a bad pressure on you, but do you feel that you personally, things have changed for you a little bit as a manager over the course of the last 5 months?
No, not at all, because from day one the pressure's there. I want the club to do really well, and every time you lose, you feel it. It doesn't matter what area you are in the league, you feel it, and it's as daft as it seems. Every time we lose, it's like somebody's died. It's that sort of feeling, and if I didn't feel that, I probably shouldn't be in the job. No, the pressure is what it is as a football manager, and you deal with that. But the main thing, I think, is that we've progressed this year. I'm still not happy. I still want to do better, and the players want to do better, and we're still pushing for that. Just because we lost one game on Tuesday doesn't mean we're out of it. It quickly changes. We win Saturday, it changes again, and we've got to keep that going until the end of the season. And until we mathematically can't do something, then we'll keep going.
Talking about pressure still, but there's good pressure and there's bad pressure when you're down at the bottom of the table. This to you must feel good that there's the work that you've done and your management team and coaches have done to get the team to this level, given that no one thought this was going to be quite possible at the start of the season. So to have this pressure on you, that's a good thing, isn't it? I know you put it on yourself anyway.
Yeah, I don't feel any different really from last season. I won't be satisfied until we achieve something. I'm not satisfied with mid-table. I want to do better. It might not be possible this season, but you've still got to aim for the top, and that's how the players should be. And if we're not winning games, you're not happy, and it's as simple as that. You just go from week to week, because it changes so quickly, and if you're not careful, if you don't keep on top of it, you can soon slide. So I'm not happy, at the moment. Still want us to do better.
You're a manager with really good experience at this level and around these leagues. Do you feel that this team isn't far away from being a team that can get up towards the top?
It's not far away, as we've proven. We've proven that when we play the top teams. Just got to get that bit more consistency. I think the Christmas period's been a tough period because of the amount of games. It is the same for everybody. But maybe we perhaps need a little bit more as regards a squad. But no, it is what it is.